Yo, 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 what's going on? How's everybody doing? Thank you for tuning in to another DLE Fitness live stream show. There we go. Yeah, sure. Oh, man. I almost didn't think I was going to get the show started. It took a hell of a long time. I was like, man, has a few things I have to get done. Didn't realize it's going to take me that long. But hey, we here. We got it. We good. We finally made it. It is Monday. Yes, the start of a new week, the start of the very beginning of your 9 to 5 until you get off on Friday. Yes, sir. So it might be a while before you be able to make it home, but at least we got a little bit earlier stream. West Coast 10 o'clock, Central Standard Time is noon, and East Coast is 1. So you are about halfway through with your shift. And if you're having a bad day or a good day, either or, let Mr. Child break it down to you.
Oh, you're having a bad day? Did you die?
I got shot.
But did you die?
Why does my stuff sound like it's in surround sound? It sounds kind of weird. I don't know what's going on with that. We got to figure that out in the meantime. Or maybe I have this up too loud. I don't know. Sounds weird. I don't know if it sounds weird to you, but it sounds weird to me. Let me check my sound. Let's see. No, we're good. I think we are good. Let's let Mr. Child talk one more time.
Oh, you're having a bad day? Did you die?
I got shot.
But did you die?
Okay, that's what it was. Okay, I had the sound a little bit up too loud, so it sounded like surround sounds in my head. But anyway, man, thank y'all for tuning in. We got a good show lined up for you today. It's been a lot that's going on over the weekend, and some important news has hit over the weekend. But before we get to that point, if you want to contribute to today's show, Cash App and Venmo's right there. Daniel2888 for Cash App. Venmo is going to be Danny-Daniel-00. I have to fix this little thing on the side of my screen. I just noticed. We may fix it, right? Should we fix it right now just to get it done? I think I can't do it live on the stream. We'll fix it later. But anyway, and also we have our 3 topics we're going to be going over today, which is fitness, economy, and AI. There's a lot that's been going on in all 3 realms. Well, mainly economy and AI, but we are going to tackle each one, and we're going to take a look at each one step by step. First, fitness, of course. Fitness, we're going to take a look at another Will Tennyson video. We're going to look at banned energy drinks that have been banned that people can no longer drink. So we're going to take us through and take a look at energy drinks you shouldn't drink. I, for one, I'm like 50-50 on energy drinks. If you're going to drink energy drinks, make sure you drink a lot of water, because I, have developed kidney stone before dealing with that. So be careful with your energy drinks and not have enough water to wash it down and piss it out, because that's the main thing that you want to do for sure. If you have a addiction to energy drinks and you're always drinking those drinks, they good, but I've kind of switched over. I usually do bucked up. That's my main thing. So I usually drink the bucked up energy drinks. If I can't get a bucked up, I hit a C4, and I think that's it. Well, what's the other one? No, there's one more. Is it rain? No, it's not rain. It's something. I forget the name of it, but whatever. Drinking energy drinks, we're going to take a look and see about the banned energy drinks that they have, see which ones that you may know about, maybe you don't know about, but we're going to take a look at that video and see for the fitness section. Then on the economy section of the show, we are going to check out, we got to turn that down. We're going to check out data centers that are being implemented across the country and seeing where they're putting these things, because clearly they're putting data centers up in like small podunk rural towns where nobody cares. And the people that live there, even though they're country and they don't have much, they're about to get an electric bill that's through the roof, and it's not going to be good. It's going to be really, really, really screwed up for those people. So we're going to take a look at that and see how that's going. And then on top of that, over the weekend, actually, as recent as yesterday, Trump went ahead and announced H-1B visa's new fee. Yes. He announced the new fee for the H-1B visas. We're going to take a look into that too and break that down and see what is that going to do for the economy and especially the tech sector. And last but not least, we have a video we're going to go over that's going to talk about different advancements that's been going on in AI. But even more importantly, one of the biggest things we're going to look at is a potential AI minister that's going to be in Albania. Jesus. Hopefully that's not true. But if it is, then, they screwed. And of course, It's a woman.
Shut up, bitch.
Yes, it is. AI minister is a woman. Who knew? Who knew? Yeah, so we're going to check and see how that's going on. But we got a good show lined up for you today. So we're going to go ahead and get started and jump into the very first segment of the show, which is fitness. Let me get my banner up and running and get that started. Where is it at? Where's my banner? Bam. And can I? No, I shouldn't do that. Should I do it? Should I do it? I want to do it so bad. Oh, my goodness. Should I do it? I'm thinking about it. It's crossing my mind. It's crossing my mind. Let's see. Should I do it? Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I did it. Okay, I did it. It's over. It's finished. That's all it took. All right. Yep. That was kind of painful. Wait. Let me do one more thing. I think we're good. It's blocking out the fitness. Okay, there we go. Okay, we're good. Sorry, I shouldn't have did that live, but we did. We got it done though. With that being said, we're gonna go get our redhead sexy Latina to bring us into the fitness segment of the show. Here we go.
Let's get ready for the fitness segment of the show.
Yes, sir. Now that we are here, we must refresh the screen before we get it started, and we're going to check out World Tennyson checking out banned energy drinks and how important this may be. So we're going to see, and hopefully my microphone don't fall off because it looks like it's rather loose, but we're going to see how that works out. So without further ado, shout out MTR. We are going to go ahead and check out and see exactly what are the most banned energy drinks that's been put on the market. So yes, let's get that up on the screen and put the banner up there and take it away.
Straight up. But some are so bad they even have a kill count attached to them. Over the next week, I'm going to be testing banned drinks to see how dangerous they really are. Now I'm going to be rating each drink based off these three criteria. 1, energy. Am I just going to get a little energy boost, or am I going to cross the line to anxiety-fueled heart palpitations? Hopefully at least one.
Okay, hold on. I see something's wrong with the sound. Let me fix this really quick. I can already feel it. Let's see. Let me do this. Boom. 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 Okay, we should be good now. Here we go.
One of them puts me in the sweet spot between the two. 2, taste. If I'm going to be risking my life, I should at least be enjoying it. And last but not least, crash. What kind of crash am I going to be hit with? Am I just going to be needing a nap? Or am I going to be...
I ain't gonna lie, he is wrong for walking around in his boxers. Like, bro's wilding out for that. But hey.
You win it! Hey, Benoit!
slammed by an 18-wheeler. All right, let's get started. Drink 1, Spike Shooter. Shooter, hardly know her. Made in Colorado Springs and ironically banned at a high school in Colorado Springs after sending kids to a hospital and even putting one kid in a wheelchair, which eventually caused 7-Eleven stores to pull them off their shelves.
My stomach started to cramp up and started vomiting.
So you're telling me a bunch of high school kids couldn't handle 350 milligrams of caffeine? I'm no doctor, so the only thing I can say is their football team probably sucks. On top of the caffeine, there's 800 milligrams of beta-alanine here and 41,670% of my daily vitamin B12. That is some generational wealth, my friends. Quite honestly, let's just hope that's a typo. I got the strawberry lemonade flavor. I think the kids love it. So overall, it looks great to fuel my day and possibly my last words. Now online, the reviews of this are actually pretty good. 4.3 stars overall. Check out my boy, Joe B. The man has it on reoccurring purchases. It's a coffee substitute. Joe, no it's not. And judging by his face, is he being held at gunpoint or are we witnessing one of the side effects of a B12 overdose? We'll never know. I'm just taking in right now this massive phone number on the can. Is this for the kids' lawyers to call? I have not been this nervous since doing absence body shots.
Hey, that right there is a red flag.
This massive phone number.
That right there. I've never seen a phone number on a can of anything I drank before. So that right there is a red freaking flag. That should tell you something. It was like the Four Locos back in the day. If you live in Texas and you know about a Four Loco back in the day, boy, oh boy, them things that, you know.
Said, goddamn.
That's what them Four Locos was like. Boy, you take them Four Locos, boy, before they got taken off the shelf and put back on the shelf, them Four Locos was the truth. That was the cheapest way to get just tore up, boy. Man, if you know about a Four Loco, you know how them things was. Them things caused problems. Man, I think that was liquor mixed with an energy drink in a can. And I mean, they had to take it off the shelf because it was causing problems. But hey, if you know, you know.
We're on the can. Is this for the kids' lawyers to call? I have not been this nervous since doing absinthe body shots in Amsterdam. It smells alcoholic.
Oh man, got me with the thing. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look and see exactly what's going on here. All right, so he's taking the first drink. First drink is called Spikes. We gotta see what Spike is all about. What is going on with Spike? So Spike is in Colorado Springs. So shout out to Colorado Springs. We're gonna see how that is holding up and see if those things are good or whatever, bad or whatever. So Colorado Springs, shout out to you. Let's continue to see if these Spike energy drinks need to be banned.
The scary thing, it tastes like a regular energy drink. But Ted Bundy seemed like a regular guy, you know, and then you find out, well, you don't find out, it's just too late. It's actually very good. I was expecting it to taste like very medicinal or just like kind of something you'd like repair your boat with because of all the stuff that's inside it, but it's very fruity. I think the only redeeming quality about this drink is that it's 15 calories. But we have a big leg day today and we're gonna see if this helps me out.
What I'm really interested to see is the zero crash they promote on the website, but that could be because in death, you can't crash from caffeine. Look at this, Boba is just so worried about me clearly. He's so cute. I'm literally here packing up my stuff before the gym, and my heart rate's already at 107. And I'm just standing still. I'm not even at the gym yet. That's pretty high.
107, 101, just standing still. Oh my, I never tried that before. I should get a heart monitor and see how my heart goes after I take my pre-workout. So I can't really judge because I don't know because I never done it before, but that's interesting to see what it's doing.
Oh my gosh, 107. Please go down. My heart was beating fast, and it was still in the high 90s just standing in the elevator.
Holy shit, I mistimed this drink so bad. Usually when I take stuff like this, I'm like, do I feel anything? I actually feel everything right now. I can't even listen to my pre-workout music because I feel like I would just get too amped up and my heart would explode.
I was genuinely surprised just how much I felt this drink. I'm someone who drinks energy drinks because I get tired of water sometimes, and usually I don't feel anything. I take back everything I said about the football team. I'm sorry, because I'd be the quarterback. This energy drink is absolutely wrecking me. In terms of energy, I have a ton of energy, but it's an energy that I kind of never want again. It's like more of a nervous energy. I feel like there's like a guy, like a predator, watching me from afar while Elmo is tickling me because of the beta-alanine, which is a combination that I do not desire. I will say though, and I was not expecting it, I do feel a lot of focus, like a tunnel vision focus. Like I feel in the zone, which I was not expecting. I didn't see anything about focus on the can. During the first two exercises, I was maintaining a heart rate in the 130s, and for not being very taxing exercises, it's kind of concerning. I'm actually feeling very strong today, super happy with all my sets so far. It's taking me like 5 times as long to catch my breath after my set. So I was going online and I was like,
yeah, Buddy is huffing and puffing for real. Like he's really, really, really breathing over there. I don't know. I hope he's okay, but that's so Spike in a can. Stay away from Spike in a can if you're in Colorado Springs, because this dude is like huffing and puffing, just trying to talk into the camera. And normally that's not like him. So it's interesting to see this, but yeah, that's not good.
What are some of the side effects of a B12 overdose? They include headache, nausea and vomiting, diarrhea, fatigue or weakness, tingling sensation in hands and feet. I think I'm feeling at least 3 of 5 of those, but it's a good workout, so it could be worth it. This is my heart rate after a set. Wow. I don't think I've ever seen it quite this high.
Even though I was feeling strong, I started to feel some of the negative effects of this drink.
Oh my God. I'm starting to feel very nauseous.
It had me kind of nervous if I could handle the final drink of this video, which causes the most amount of hospitalizations and deaths than any energy drink in the entire world.
I came to the gym so amped up. I was like, am I here to lift weights or start a mosh pit? And now by the end of the workout, I'm really not feeling good. It's taking me a long time to start my sets. Just feeling pretty sick.
That sick feeling that I had, it didn't get any better, and I felt horrible for the rest of the day. Spike shooter.
All right, so Spike, there it is. Energy 4 stars, taste 3.5, crash is 2, overall 3. I might want to stay away from that one because Buddy over there was breathing pretty darn hard, and that is not healthy whatsoever. So if you're in Colorado Springs, stay away from Spike. That is no bueno. That's crazy. Yeah, I wouldn't touch that one. I'll leave that alone. That's probably something he probably should have drank just half. Well, I guess you wouldn't know unless you try it. I think this is good if you drink like half. A whole can, no, but half, I think he would have been good. But that's scary to have your heart rate go up to 160.
Drink 2, cocaine. Reason for ban, high caffeine content and glorification of a legal drug.
Oh, I thought that was a joke. There's a serious drink out there called that. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. So I think the reason for ban is the glorification. I don't think it's for the caffeine content, but let's find out.
What's going on, guys?
Oh, of course. And they hit us with a freaking ad right when we get into it. So our next one drink is going to be Yayo. They got the Yayo, and we're going to see how this thing makes us feel. Now, I'm thinking this thing's supposed to have you feeling profusely, jicking out. So we're going to see if he's jicking out on this Yayo drink. So here we go.
Please give me some, just a little bit.
Cocaine's what's really firing people up these days, but you might not be familiar with it because it's banned in states like Texas for sending the wrong message to kids.
Oh, it's banned in Texas. That's where we at. Come on. I actually understand why they banned it in Texas, because if you know anything about Texas and we close to the Mexico border, we get a lot of the real deal that come through here. So, to just amplify it up on a can, people probably gonna buy this and then sprinkle some of that into you get the point. Yeah, okay, you already understand.
Cocaine, anyone? Me? The fact that this has been banned in states like Texas is saying a whole lot because they just don't have rules there. And I just love the marketing of this thing. It's just very in your face. It's polarizing. It's like calling...
Now, hold on. Let's just call a spade, but they used to put that in Coca-Cola back in the day. And the can does have the same coloring and the same almost marketing scheme of Coca-Cola. So Coca-Cola did used to have some of that inside of it. If you go back and do your research, you realize that Coca-Cola had drugs in it. It's partly where the name came from. But yeah, there's that.
A pizza place, heroin. I'd go. Some of you guys might remember that I've had a sip of this in a past video. And just that one sip made my throat burn like I was Satan's side piece. The thought of having an entire can is mortifying. There's 280 milligrams of caffeine in here, 90 calories, 22 grams of carbs, 19 grams of sugar, only 600% of our B12. So that's nothing compared to yesterday. And it just has to say naturally flavored. If you're getting this, I don't think you necessarily care it's naturally flavored. Look at Christopher. Does he look worried? Quite the opposite, actually. Just smelling it. Just smelling it.
Christopher looks like he is up to no good.
It's naturally flavored. Look at Christopher.
Christopher is up to no good whatsoever. I mean, is his hand even on the can? Where's it? There's his hand. His hand's down. He got some big hands. Jesus. All right, let me leave this guy alone. He got me nervous through the computer.
Does he look worried?
Bro, look at this guy. He shouldn't be drinking this at all. I don't think his intentions are any good.
Quite the opposite, actually. Just smelling it. Just smelling it, I'm getting amped. Oh man, it tastes very offensive. It tastes like a panic attack with spice. I don't think it's like intended to drink, to be honest with you. It more so just tastes like it's a prop. Like you just have this on the table somewhere to make you look like you are hard. It tastes like cough syrup with like sweetener and like fizz. Ugh. So medicinal, dog.
Wow.
By the time
that was a wicked description. I mean, cough syrup. Oh my goodness, that's gross. Where is he at? Where is he? He doesn't seem like he's in a very good area. But I guess where you had to get this from probably wasn't a good area either. So let's see.
By the time I get to the end of this, I'm going to be drinking my tears. You're never going to see me take this long to drink anything. I feel it in my lungs. You want to see my tongue? That's just straight red 40. Let's go train. Current heart rate before starting my workout is 91 beats per minute, 95 beats per minute. First set moved really well. In terms of energy, I'm not feeling it quite as much as yesterday, but what I am feeling is my airways are a lot more clear. Like, you know when you get sick sometimes, you put like that kind of like Vicks rub on your chest and then everything kind of opens up? It kind of feels like I just did that, which feels actually very nice during a workout. Now I thought this energy drink was gonna make me feel happy, confident, high energy, risk-taking, slightly anxious, just how normal cocaine would. I don't want to say it too loud, but overall I just feel very mellow, like just kind of normal energy, surprisingly with all that caffeine, just good focus. It just feels like a normal day.
Heart rate was maintaining between 110 to 120 the entire workout, even during my breaks between sets. Other than that, nothing, not even a nosebleed.
I was thinking for today's chest workout, it was gonna be more heart focused than pec, but this workout has been so unfortunately uneventful. If this thing should be banned, it should just be banned for illegal marketing because this stuff is pretty damn weak. But I do think the big events when I'm home on the toilet, because I feel like it's gonna hurt coming out just like it did going in.
So it does have remnants of yayo. So it's a liquid laxative, sort of say. So okay, so far that one's not too bad unless you need to, move your bowels allegedly. But that spike though, stay away from spike because during this time, his heart rate was like at 155, 160. So leave spike alone.
I'm just on the second half of my workout now doing back, and I feel nothing.
It's crazy I didn't even notice the drink taper off, which is a good thing, I guess, in terms of crash. The rest of my workout just felt normal, as if I had a cup of coffee on the way to the gym.
I really don't think this drink should be banned at all. I think it's just because of the name. Let the kids have their fun. Let them think they're doing something illegal. It's all in good fun. But as of right now, this is some weak stuff. It's like I just had a regular Monster. I track progress.
Fair enough. I feel like he had a monster. I don't know what a weak monster is, or maybe he's just calling a monster weak. All right, so far, the first drink is the one that took the cake, because that one had him, he was huffing and puffing, trying to get his words out. So far, okay, they banned it in Texas, but I understand why they banned it in Texas. It completely makes sense. So, yeah, but let's see. Here we go. We got the rating report right here. So we have a energy 2.5, taste 2. I was going to say taste was 1. Crash is 4. That sucks. And overall is 3. The crash actually makes perfect sense. So they marketed that right.
Drink 3, Panera's Charged Lemonade. Reason for ban, insane caffeine content causing the drink to be linked to at least 2 deaths and a ton of lawsuits.
The lawsuit claims that 21-year-old Sarah Katz died after consuming the drink.
Last December, a Fleming Island family sued Panera after a 46-year-old man died from a heart attack after drinking the caffeinated lemonade.
I thought Panera was a place for old folks to express their love.
Isn't it caffeinated lemonade? Like, you should be aware of what you're consuming. It's your body, your body, your choice, do what you do. So you should be aware of it. I don't understand. That doesn't make any sense. But unless he had a heart condition. But then the girl, 21, how many did she have? You can't just, I don't think you drink one and just like kill over. I think they had to have
Red Bull.
I think they had like more than one. There's just no way just to drink one and it's over. I just don't see it.
Soup. Turns out it's an option for their final resting place. How ironic. Catching a charge for making charged lemonade. So ironic.
Do you think you'll ever bring the charged lemonade back? No.
Young lady, I think she drank too much and she got something. It's not good because the high blood pressure.
Right. It's discontinued, but they still celebrate it. Crazy. I think the most dangerous thing of the charged lemonade was that it was available for free refills, just up there like that. Sugary liquid MDMA, as much as you'd like. That is America's most dangerous open bar, my friends. That is like serving free edibles at a movie theater. Something is bound to happen. Like seriously. So I have something legal from Panera. Obviously the charged lemonade is illegal.
Okay, so that makes sense. Okay, so that was a free refill drink. Could you imagine? So no telling how many times or how many of them people drank. So okay, that makes more sense. It was a free refill drink. Oh my God. Oh wow, that's brutal. Okay, so that was the issue. It wasn't just they had one. I mean, just the refills are free. And you're like, oh man, I love that flavor. It's my favorite one. You're just going back. All right, so that was the case. That's what got him. All right, now we got it. Now we see what the problem was.
But I found the recipe online, and we're gonna make it at home. I'm excited, guys. I feel like Walter White right now. And this recipe is actually very simple. We need frozen strawberries, lemonade, guarana powder, which apparently is 22% caffeine by weight. Powder.
Guarana powder, huh? Interesting.
Which apparently is 22% caffeine by weight. Sometimes so am I, and clearly so were Panera's victims. Only 1 gram of this thing is 220 milligrams of caffeine, which is terrifying. And then last but not least, we need some green coffee extract. First thing that we need to do is put 1/3 of a teaspoon of the guarana powder and 1/3 of a teaspoon of the coffee extract into some water and dissolve it. Looks like doo-doo.
After that, I added some water and some frozen strawberries to the blender and blended it until smooth. Then we added our lemonade, and last but not least, the stuff that causes all the damage, the guarana green tea mixture.
At home, Panera charged lemonade. Caffeine content in here? I have no idea. I feel like it's better that way, to be honest. Here we go, first sip. Wow, that is straight candy, yo. It tastes like a lemonade, but with like a foundation to it.
I don't think he got the exact recipe. I highly doubt that they would mention the exact recipe if 2 people lost their lives drinking it and they got lawsuits. So I highly doubt they would have shared the exact recipe with him or anybody, because there's something in there that at least I wouldn't. I wouldn't be dumb enough to do that and then share the recipe with you. Then you do it on camera and then you lose your life. Now you can come back and sue me. Like, nah, I don't think they gave him the exact recipe or anybody at that. So I don't think he's drinking the exact recipe, but he's got a recipe he made. So shout out to him.
A spiked lemonade. I kind of want to open up my own lemonade stand of this. Unregulated. There's going to be no tax. And the 0-calorie lemonade. It's pretty macro friendly. It's a good drink right here if you're on a diet or something. I was worried I was going to taste that guarana extract.
Using the right weight matters. The body pod lets you easily understand.
Okay. Right when I was about to take a drink out of my drink, they decided to hit us with an ad. I was about to take a swig of some water, and they come in with that. All right, so let's go. Let's continue this video. Let me get a sip of water because I'm trying to get something to drink. I need some water. Here we go.
At all. But I'm also worried that this guarana extract or this guarana powder is this like another level of caffeine that I'm not used to, and it's going to completely end me. I was just reading online, and apparently the 20-ounce Panera drink had 260 milligrams of caffeine, which is 4 times the caffeine of an espresso and more than 3 Red Bulls. And then the larger one, the 30-ounce drink, is 390 milligrams of caffeine. I got the larger one.
People are thinking that...
I don't understand. I thought it was... See, so here's the thing, though. They said that this was a refill drink. So 2 people lost their lives, but how many refills did they get? And if they had a 20 or 30 ounce, and this says 500 and 330. Oh, here we go. My bad. That's calories. This is okay. So yeah, but how many refills did these people get before they lost their lives doing this? And did they have a 30 ounce and they were just sitting there like banging out refills like it was nothing? Like that's the question.
That the 390 milligrams of caffeine stated is actually all made up. What? And that's because the FDA states the daily recommended intake is 400 milligrams. And once you get over that, you're going to start to notice some dangerous side effects.
Okay.
I've had around...
Okay, so they lied about that. That wasn't a truthful statement. So you don't know how many actual caffeines it was. They had to keep it in the 400 in order to put it out there and to cover themselves. So we don't know what it really was.
I've had this much of the drink so far, and I'm feeling it a lot. Like my heart rate, it's high for a resting heart rate, but it's not like super high like the other drink I had. But I'm feeling so much more. Like I feel shortness of breath. I feel very tingly, jittery even, and just kind of like, I feel very anxious.
Yep, and that's the guarana powder, which I know I'm saying completely wrong now.
Guarana.
Apparently consuming doses greater than 250 to 300 milligrams have been linked to a number of side effects, which include every single one that I mentioned.
The fact that people drink this fast enough to have a refill and not feel it, I find this stuff to be super fast acting.
When I got home, I was curious just how much of this powder did I use, so I simulated the exact same scoop I put in my drink, and it came out to 2 grams, which is 440 milligrams of caffeine.
Oh.
I feel so good right now. Like I feel like I definitely did something illegal. Like it's actually insane how much energy I feel that I have. Like I don't need a spotter, I need a leash just to keep me from doing every machine in this gym. Like I feel like I could take over the world right now. Like I was in the change room, this guy got too close to me, I wanted to wrestle him. It turned out it was my own shadow. Like I'm just ready for everything. And it's unfortunate it's a shoulder day, because shoulders is like the easiest thing to do. If only it was like a leg, I might even do legs.
I'm not gonna lie, that's how I be feeling when I take my bucked up. It depends on which kind I take, but when I take the bucked up, that stuff be having me just like just ready to go, like just amped up. Like I can conquer anything and I cannot make a wrong decision. Like that's how I be making me feel.
Oh my God, I feel happy now. That's not good.
I really did feel invincible and incredibly strong. I also just couldn't sit still. I had to pace back and forth between my sets. As weird as this is about to sound, it feels like every set, there's more of an importance to the set, more than just a set. It feels like my life is on the line in some way, like I'm doing it for like a deeper purpose, to save someone.
I think we're gonna max it out right now.
I had such a good workout. It was super enjoyable, and ever since stepping foot in the gym, I've had nothing negative to say about this drink.
Hey, I'm gonna have to go buy. This is gonna be my own personal pre-workout. Then, if this is inspiring, this is motivating. This makes me want to figure out what is this and what does it feel like? Because, like I said, when I'm on my bucked up, I feel great. So I can imagine he actually took some whatever he bought it and put it all together and can make his own and understand how to actually make his own pre-workout, bruh. Hopefully, he's paying attention to this. Because seriously, this is a big deal. This is a big deal. This is a huge big deal. Hey, look. He's about to smile right now. You can already see it coming.
Too easy. This is like, I think, the closest I'm gonna feel to being on gear. I have a lot more focus than normal. I'm able to contract my muscles a whole lot better. I feel like my muscles have more endurance, but I feel like because I'm on a super high right now, that the low is gonna be pretty insane. Guys, I just realized I haven't been listening to music this entire time. I had no idea. I'm actually doing some cardio post-workout because I have so much extra energy. That was probably the best shoulder workout I've had in such a long time. And with the way that I performed, the way that I felt in the gym, I don't think it should be banned. I think it should just be brought back just behind the counter. So you can't just keep on going back up to refill. But I think it's a great pre-workout if they had a sugar-free option. But overall, best one so far.
I was worried because the high was so good that the crash must be pretty bad. And to my surprise, it tapered off very nicely. Charged lemonade.
All right, so I got to go back and see exactly what he bought and put that concoction together and make it myself. We're at 17, 19. Let's go back and look. So we got strawberries, Minute Maid, Maximum Slim is what he had, and then
20 milligrams of caffeine, which is by weight.
Here we go. This is the ingredient right here. This is what did it all right here. This is what got him feeling like freaking Superman. So this is the secret. This is the hidden gem. I'm gonna have to buy this one day and just sit down and make my own pre-workout, because yeah. And I wonder how many of these he can squeeze out, or how many of these can he make as far as his own pre-workout. I'm just curious, but we'll have to see. And of course, they hit me with a freaking ad right when I'm in the middle of talking and doing something. But okay, so that's what Panera Bread had, up their sleeves, you know what I mean? But not on a freaking refill basis. You don't want to put that out as a refill drink. Like you trying to unalive people, and unfortunately 2 people did. So
free me. Let the lemonade free. Drink 4, Monster Java 300. Reason for ban, caffeine content.
A coffee trying to be seen as an energy drink? Literally everybody in 2024 is having an identity crisis. Now in Canada, you cannot have a drink that's above 180 milligrams of caffeine.
What?
Yet here we have this, 300 milligrams of caffeine, and I got it on Amazon.ca. Jeff Bezos is truly above the law. This is a triple shot, seriously strong coffee and cream. And the truly monstrous part about this drink is that it's 200 calories and 32 grams of sugar. Another thing that's kind of weird about this is that the reviews are quite inconsistent. My girl Alpha Jody, she absolutely loves it. But Kim, not so much. Shake gently. I swear, if I have chunks in mine, I'm gonna throw up everywhere. Oh God, I got some on the lens. Shh. It tastes like pond water with a hint of vanilla. It tastes like a clogged coffee shop sink. Like it's just very watered down coffee. And then you get the creamer a little bit. And being a triple load, I was expecting it to be much thicker. So I need like a
Okay, hold on there, buddy. Triple load, and you think it's gonna be much thicker. Hold on there, buddy. Hold on. Pause.
At least like a safe word to swallow it.
Oh.
But it's like actually quite thin.
Jesus.
And then no carb.
And he just continues to go. Hold on, Will.
And the nominees for Best Actress in a Groovy Nightclub Drama, Miss Wayman Harrington.
Combination is throwing me off quite a lot. It's like straight coffee for a bit, and then when you swallow, you get all like the chemicaliness that an energy drink provides. This drink is gonna be replacing my morning coffee, and today is actually an off day from the gym, so we're gonna see how this fuels the rest of my day without being too destructive. Let's go.
First thing on my to-do list was getting some work done, and it didn't take long for me to start noticing something.
It's been like 20 minutes since I've had the drink, and I think I actually feel pretty good. It could be just from the sugar, because I don't have that much sugar overall, but my brain's feeling something. It feels like it's being marinated in caffeine. But while I'm doing my work, I do feel a lot more focused than if I just had regular coffee, so it's probably the other additives in the drink. 83, so I mean, nothing to really worry about, but I mean, that's still high for just doing laptop work.
Next thing on my list was some daily cardio.
Typically do 25 to 30 minutes incline treadmill 5 times a week. Usually when you have an energy drink and then you work out, your heart rate just gets out of hand, which in return gives you like shortness of breath, maybe a little bit of anxiety, but I'm not getting any of that. Heart rate seems to be quite normal, nothing just out of the ordinary, which is actually pretty nice.
After that, I took my son out for a walk, which requires a lot more energy than people think. Bro walks so fast it's ridiculous. Like, look at his legs move. That's his base pace, everybody. I have to jog sometimes just to keep up with him. Overall, I had good energy and the walk was great, and Bobo was pleased with my performance.
It is the end of the day, and unfortunately, very uneventful. No additional energy, maybe slight cognitive boost the first hour or two, and that just like slowly dwindled away as the day went on. So no crash at all, which is a good thing.
but there was no really fun. Heart was contained. So.
Have you drink?
All right, so that one was not worth drinking. So the Monster coffee drink is a doozy. That is not the one that you want to drink. So boo to the Monster coffee. Where is it? Where's my boo? Not really a boo, but you get the point. So no Monster coffees. You will not feel anything extra dealing with those. So far, the best one was the one he made himself at home. Who knew? And the Spike was overkill. Yes, Spike was overkill. But let's see what we got. We got a two, what's that? Crash. Okay, the Crash sucked. But overall, it's a 3.
Drink 5, the most dangerous drink of them all.
I think I actually had one of these before. I think I've had one of these before. I believe so.
Drink 5, the most dangerous drink of them all. 5-hour energy. The FDA's
I can speak on these. These ain't that great. These are not all that. But let's see what he says about it. Here we go.
Getting 92 reports of adverse events from the drink, including 33 hospitalizations and 13 deaths. The crazy thing is, it's not banned, which is why I could walk right into the gas station to get it. The first thing I did was get a blue Powerade because I love blue Powerade. Then I looked for the stash of 5-hour energy, and there it was, right up at the front by the cashier, which I'm assuming is because they want to monitor who's buying them. I was just blown away by the amount of flavors. They had maple syrup because we're in Canada. There's grape, there's Tidal Twist, which weirdly looks like Tide Pod flavor, and they were all just so expensive.
I tried talking to the lady at the cash register to get some intel on this stuff, and it did not go as planned. Do a lot of kids buy those? Do a lot of kids buy those? Do a lot of kids buy those? Do a lot of kids? So the reason why this stuff is not banned is because it's called a health shot, not an energy drink. The only shot that this is healthier than is a 45 caliber bullet. But the CEO stands by his product and he says, I would not sell a product that my family wouldn't use. Come on, bro.
Straight lying. Straight lying.
I would not sell a product.
I would not sell a product that my family would use. That's how you say it.
That my family wouldn't use. Come on, bro. I was pretty blown away by the amount of different flavors they had. I didn't even know they offer an extra strength version. I think that's just crystal meth at that point. I got the Tropical Burst, which is not hopefully a metaphor for my brain, but we're gonna give it a go. I found a video of this little kid showing us how we're supposed to properly drink one of these things.
Hell no. No. See, kids, I think you got to be over like 18 and be drinking these energy drinks. I think they should put an age restriction on these. This kid drinking a 5-hour energy drink, he's like 10. That's ridiculous. Hell no.
And this kid looks like he's using his mom's iPhone to record this thing. He just looks so young. Buddy, like, he should be smashing PS5 controllers, not 5-hour energy. Kids are just straight up doomed. 3, 2, 1. Oh, even the sound effect, like the glug, 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 glug. Oh. There's 200 milligrams of caffeine in here, and there's so many other things. I also can barely read it, and I don't need glasses. It's just so damn small, which is probably on purpose. B12, 500 mcgs, which seems not so bad. The one that's not banned, I'm by far the most nervous for. I don't know what kind of tropical burst they're thinking of. It smells more like nail polish remover. Oh, woo! I've not violated my tongue like that for a long time. Whoa! It tastes like an extract from a science experiment. Now I'm like 5 minutes away from my gym. Apparently this stuff is supposed to hit a lot faster than a typical energy drink. So let's go.
Just as I suspected, I felt it instantly. I feel like I was being followed to the gym. I also couldn't blink at all, like look at me. I was trying to as well. I thought the stress response was supposed to happen at the gym, not on the way to it. I tried reading my heart rate and it wouldn't even register a number.
With how I feel right now, that little boy ran through his wall like the Kool-Aid Man. And I also think I just hit a heart PR while I was on the toilet.
I'm done spending an obscene amount of money on takeout.
You see that his hand couldn't even stay still. He was over there jicking out with his hand. His hand was like shaking. He's sitting there like trying to read his heart rate, but his hand is like just that. Yeah, that's too. I took those before. I don't remember them being anything like super potent. I don't recall. Plus, they're like yay big. And you take it, and it's like, and it's like, what is it, $6? I don't know. I'm not feeling that. I wouldn't. I took it, and I just don't remember it being anything memorable or nervous or something to worry about. But you never know. Times change.
Really no reason why my heart rate should have been 113 sitting on the toilet unless I had a 72-ounce ribeye the night before. Like, it makes no sense. I'm jittery. I literally cannot blink. I strategically placed this drink on my hardest upper body workout of the week, and we're gonna see if I can break through. And we're gonna see if I can break through some plateaus and possibly learn some English again. I've been stuck with this weight on this machine for at least 3 weeks now, for 3 sets of 12. So I've just done 2 sets of 12. I can get 12 here. 5-hour energy is gonna earn some stars. That's 3 sets of 12. Oh my God, it's really hard to catch my breath. Heart rate is currently 126 right now. And similar to the spike shooter, my heart rate is beating so fast that it's actually like hard to concentrate during my sets, even though I feel extremely energetic. Like the lemonade, everything felt just lighter than normal. I actually had to add 5 kilograms per side to one of my lifts, which is a massive jump, and it still felt easy. However, it wasn't long until I started to notice some of the negative effects of this drink. I have some good news and I have some bad news. The good news is, I don't think I've been this strong in a very long time. I feel great. It's PR after PR after PR. It could be because I slept amazing last night, or it could be because of the 5-hour energy. We'll never really know. The bad news is, my head is killing me. The headache is pretty insane right now. It feels like someone is just squeezing my head as hard as they possibly can. It feels like a migraine. It's super uncomfortable. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm already feeling the crash. I'm feeling so tired. I have no more motivation to train. I'm feeling dizzy, and I'm feeling sick. I feel like I'm actually gonna throw up. And I really don't want to finish my workout right now, but we only have 2 things left.
Oh no.
It's crazy how I started at such a high, and then just as fast, I'm like feeling rock bottom right now. What started out as a decent workout quickly became worse and worse, and it got to the point I was just ready to leave. Oh my God, my head hurts. Like at the back of my head. I was just so out of the zone by the end, and I just went through the motions to complete my workout. Even though I was strong at the beginning and my pump was really, really good, the negatives and the crash during my workout made this the worst experience of the video so far. 5-hour energy? I don't need to be the one to tell you, but we don't need energy drinks. The best cocktail we can have is equal parts a nutritious diet, lots of water, and some good quality sleep. Bye-bye.
Okay, all right, where am I at? There I am. All right, had to get me a little workout in myself because, I don't know what it is. Maybe my energy drink is wearing off. I don't know what the hell's going on. Getting a little woozy over here. I guess his crash is addicting, and it got me to crash a little bit. But okay, so that's what that is. We saw the, hey. There we go. I stopped it. So we were able to see what all the multiple energy drinks was and ones that are banned, ones you should be drinking and ones you shouldn't be drinking, which is pretty interesting to see and watch. So with that being said, go and get you a spike and drink only half. And I would say for the Panera Bread lemonade, I think that's the one that we all should sit down and experiment with and, make our own and, never have to worry about buying from a company ever again. I think Will just started a trend and didn't even realize it. I think it's time for me to, sell my own pre-workout. And I know the secret to put in there. It's about that time. Oh yeah. The DLE Fitness pre-workout. We're gonna call it the DEF pre-workout, the DEF pre-workout, the DEF workout. Yeah, neurotropics, ultimate pump, maximum gains, feeling jacked, major ripped, ultimate strength, superior focus, all those gonna be on there, baby. We gonna get it. So yeah, that's what that's gonna be. We're gonna try that out and see. And if we got it, then we're gonna have a recipe to whip in and put it inside of a container and settle out and ship it. We gonna, you know, be on our way. We're gonna be on our way. All right, trying to move these weights out the way because your boy's gonna have to do some reps in between some of these videos here. Cause yeah, we got to stay awake. I don't know what's going on. I can feel a little, you know, a little sleep stuff going on here, but we have gotten through with that. So hopefully this has kind of motivated you or get you to understand the importance of pre-workouts. Because as you saw, he took some pre-workouts and he was hitting new PRs and had new strengths along the way. And I think that actually helps you in the gym, going in the gym, you know, on some supplements and your pre-workout mixed with some creatine, you'll be good to go inside that gym and you'll be feeling like you just can't do, you'll be like walking around like Brock Lesnar. I don't know if y'all saw Brock Lesnar recently fighting John Cena. Dude, the oldest he's been so far, and dude is the biggest and major jacked he's been. He's got to work on his legs, but other than that, bruh is massively huge. Like, I was like, dang, bruh. Like, how much bigger can you get? It's like ridiculous. I'm like, man. But yeah, there's that. But ugh. Bruh. Shout out to Brock. But with that being said, let's go ahead and move on to our next segment of our show, which is going to be the economy portion of the show. Let's get that off screen and put the economy segment up. Where is it at? There it is, the economy. We got that on, and we're also going to dive in to see exactly what's going on with the economy, because we got some stuff that we need to talk about. And yes, we do. We're going to look at some of these things and see what's going on with the economy, because these things are rather freaking interesting, if you ask me. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get our sexy lady to come in here and introduce us to the economy segment of the show. Let's go.
Welcome to the AI segment of the show. Enjoy.
Wrong one. Try it again.
Welcome to the economy segment of the show. Enjoy.
Yeah, okay, there we go. The economy. I keep hitting the wrong one. There's 2 days in a row I've done that I hit the wrong one. Yes, we're on the economy segment of the show. So what's been going on in today's economy? Well, if you've been sleeping under a rock, or if you didn't wake up seeing the news that's been spreading around, plaguing around the place lately, we have just gotten news that your boy Trump, El Presidente, has officially done this. Let me slide that over if you can't see it. Is that good enough for you? No? There we go right there. Live updates. New H-1B visa causes confusion amongst foreign workers. Okay, what is this confusion we got? Following the latest news on El Presidente Donald Trump and his administration, September 22nd, 2025. Buddy, what did you do? Let's see. Trump, latest plan to overhaul the American immigration system. Can you see it? Yes, you can. Let's see. It says that he has left some immigrant workers confused, forcing the White House on Saturday to scramble to clarify what a new $100,000 fee on H-1B visas for skilled tech workers only applies to new applicants and not current visa holders. Wait a minute. Hold on. Those who already hold visas and are currently outside of the country right now will not be charged to re-enter. White House press secretary said in a posting on X, this applies only to new visas, not renewals, and not current visa holders. Okay, so that's not what I heard when I looked at this yesterday, because I saw this and it came up on my screen. But let's go ahead and get an understanding as what the H-1B program is. Let me pull this up for you really quick. I'll go ahead and do the reading. You might not be able to see it. Overview of the H-1B program applies to employers seeking to hire non-immigrant aliens as workers in specialty occupations or as fashion models of distinguished merit and ability. Didn't know that. A specialty occupation is one of the requirements the application of a body of highly specialized knowledge and attainment of at least a bachelor's degree or its equivalent. The intent of the H-1B provision is to help employers who cannot otherwise obtain needed business skills and abilities from the U.S. workforce by authorizing the temporary employment of qualified individuals who are not otherwise authorized to work in the United States. The law establishes certain standards in order to protect similar unemployed U.S. workers from being adversely affected by the employment of the non-immigrant workers. As well as to protect H-1B non-immigrant workers, employers must attest to the Department of Labor that they will pay wages to the H-1B non-immigrant workers that are at least equal to the actual wage paid by the employer to other workers in similar experience and qualifications for the job in question, or the prevailing wage for occupation in the area of intended employment, whichever is greater. Okay, so now we see that there. Now, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to slide on over to a video and we're going to see exactly how this works. Where is it at? Where is the video? Where is the big long video? Pause. We'll start with this one first on TikTok and see how this pans out. So let's see what this lady here has to say on TikTok about the H-1B.
Tech companies scrambled today to get their foreign workers back to the U.S. after President Trump announced a drastic hike in visa fees. It applies to the H-1B visa for high-skilled jobs, which previously cost $215. The president's proclamation requires a $100,000 fee. Microsoft, JP Morgan, and Amazon all told their employees on those visas not to leave the country, and if they're currently overseas, to get back by midnight tonight. That's according to internal emails reviewed by Reuters. India and China account for the highest number of H-1B visa applications. And in India, some saw a silver lining to the move.
It's a big hit for the tech talent, but also on the other side, I think it will be good for India because it could be a reverse brain drain in the legs where people can work here.
The Trump administration argues companies use H-1B visas to hire foreign-born workers for cheaper wages.
What are you talking about?
Okay, I guess that's it for that right there. Okay, so some people feel good about it. Some people don't feel too good, but it's not exactly what I seen. I'm kind of confused right now because there was a video that I seen where the guy explained a little bit into it. Let me see if I can get this guy right here to speak on it. Let me refresh the screen before, because you know, YouTube will hit us with an ad while we're looking. Because I want to show you the one where Trump was about to sign it. There was the guys who presented the order to him and explained it thoroughly as to what the visa is all about and how it works. And this was yesterday. So let's go ahead and have him explain it to see exactly how this works. So here we wait. Banner has to change. Here we go.
$100,000 per year. So the whole idea is no more will these big tech companies or other big companies train foreign workers. They have to pay the government $100,000, then they have to pay the employee. So it's just not economic.
Everyone is now used to Trump making shock announcements, but this one drew a lot of attention because the move is huge and the deadline was small. Those on H-1B visas scrambled to figure out what this meant for them. The holders not in the US currently tried their best to get back. Companies like Microsoft, Amazon, and Meta urged employees on H-1B visas not to leave US or to come back as soon as possible if they were out.
Okay, we're going to get rid of that one. I'm going to put this one on the screen. This one's better. I don't want to hear her talking. I'm trying to get the one where Trump spoke. That Trump and that guy, they both spoke, and I want to see if this is the one that I had looked at because I'm trying to find it. Because it had way better understanding because they basically broke it down on what it is that they were looking at or implementing it. So here we go. Let's see if this one works better. This is CBS.
A $100,000 fee for H-1B visa applications. Now, those visas are used to attract highly skilled workers to the United States. I want to bring in Paul LaMonica. He's the senior markets writer at Barron's, and we want to break this program is already one of the most restrictive visa programs in the United States. What sort of impact could this $100,000 fee have on the U.S. workforce? And why is the president doing this at this moment?
Yeah, I think that if this were to go into effect, you'll see big tech companies, the likes of Amazon, Alphabet, Microsoft, all those quote unquote magnificent seven companies that are ruling the stock market, they probably will face fewer options for foreign workers going forward. It is, I think, clearly a move designed to influence these companies to hire more top American talent in the tech community. So that is something that will cut off a supply of workers. It's also something that probably will hurt some of the big outsourcing companies, staffing companies based in India that are publicly traded. Their stocks could take a hit. Probably impacts their bottom line more than the big tech giants that are so much more diversified and obviously already hire a huge number of people from the United States.
Okay, so we have that, but I want to still find the one where Trump actually spoke himself, and it seems like everybody here is getting it and putting their words over it, but I want to hear Trump say it actually, and that's what I'm trying to get. I'm trying to actually hear, because I saw it earlier, and is this it?
Roku.
No, this is actually I'm trying to find it. Give me a second. Let me find this. I want to find the one where Trump speaks on it instead of everybody else, because now I'm reading that it says that. So here we go. This might be it. Is this it?
Current immigration system has been the H-1B non-immigrant visa program. This is supposed to allow highly skilled laborers who work in fields that Americans don't work in to come into the United States of America. What this proclamation will do is raise the fee that companies pay to sponsor H-1B applicants to $100,000. This will ensure that the people they're bringing in are actually very highly skilled and that they're not replaceable by American workers. So it'll protect American workers, but ensure that companies have a pathway to hire truly extraordinary people and bring them to the United States.
We need workers. We need workers. We need great workers. And this pretty much ensures that that's what's going to happen. I think, Sean, do you agree with that?
Well, they're $100,000 per year. So the whole idea is no more will these big tech companies or other big companies train foreign workers. They have to pay the government $100,000, then they have to pay the employee. So it's just not economic. If you're going to train somebody, you're going to train one of the recent graduates from one of the great universities across our land. Train Americans, stop bringing in people to take our jobs. That's the policy here. $100,000 a year for H-1B visas, and all of the big companies are on board. We've spoken to them about the gold card.
They love it. They love it. They really love it. They need it. Go ahead, Sean.
Mr. President, it seems like there's two categories of visa programs. The H-1B, that a lot of people believe take American jobs, and then the gold card and programs like EB-5 that add value and jobs to America. Is that sort of how you look at the visa program?
Well, ideally, look, if somebody's got the people, they're not going to want to spend $100,000 as an example in your second category. So it's not taking jobs. And we need certain jobs. We need certain skill jobs that we don't have. But they won't be taking jobs because, ideally the people aren't going to want to, they're not going to have.
Investing in America.
Right, that's right.
So that's what I'm asking.
They're really investing in
America.
America.
You have two categories. One, the Secretary Lennox, the gold card and EB-5 that create jobs, add investment, and there's other ones that seem to take, whether it's a J1 and O or an H-1B that take U.S. jobs.
Yeah, it's pretty correct. I would say that's a correct assessment. But the main thing is we're going to have great people coming in, and they're going to be paying. I mean, it's wonderful to say, oh, gee, we took in 25 million people that, look, many criminals, jails were open from Venezuela, from many other countries, and they were let out of jail and poured into our country, our poor country, how it suffered with this stupid president that we had and the stupid people that surrounded him right around this desk, these liberal, crazy people that have destroyed, they could have destroyed. If we didn't win this election, our country would have been dead. Our country was dead. Think of it, and I've said this, man. The king of Saudi Arabia said, your country was dead 1 year. They thought it was dead. This country couldn't have survived another year of those people running it. And now we have the hottest country anywhere in the world. Think of that. And this is going to help. And we're taking in hundreds of billions of dollars. This will be taking in, the gold card will be taking in hundreds of billions of dollars. And companies will be able to keep some people that they need. They need people of expertise, great expertise. And I think it's going to be a fantastic thing. And we're going to take that money and we're going to reduce taxes. We're going to reduce debt. We have a very, very strong country. We assuming
they're not gonna reduce taxes. He lying on that one.
everything works out great with the lawsuit that we have. We have a lawsuit that's inspired by foreign countries that ripped us off for 25 years. But assuming we win that, we hopefully win it in the Supreme Court of the United States. We have a country that no stopping us. We're rich, we'll be rich. We can take care of poor people. We can take care of our military. We can take care of everything. We can take care of beyond the country. We can help take care of the world. That we don't, it'll just be the same struggle that we've had for years where other countries charged us tariffs and they ripped us off. Our country has been ripped off more than any country in the history of the world. And now we're doing what we have to do. We're taking in billions and billions of dollars at levels that nobody has ever seen, trillions of dollars. And we're using it to reduce debt. We're using it to reduce taxes. The great big beautiful bill is a big tax reduction. It's being paid for by the tariffs, and people are paying a lot less money in taxes. They're being, think of it, no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, no tax on overtime. It's an unbelievable phenomenon. It really is. It's the golden age. We're making it the golden age. Without the tariffs, it would be impossible. And China, for years, charged us tariffs, and they continue to do it, and so do other countries. Most countries, they charge us. They were ripping. Look, the European Union, as you know, I get along very well with them, but they ripped us off so badly. Nobody's ever seen anything. Now, the European Union is paying us $950 billion, and they're paying us $750 billion to buy our energy, and they're okay with it. They signed the agreement. You know, it's not like anybody forced them to do it. They're okay with us. Tariffs are making our country very rich again, and we'll be able to take care of our debt. We'll be able to take care of our taxes, lower taxes. We'll be able to take care of Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security. We're going to be a rich country again without tariffs.
Are you looking to...
Okay, so I want to get to the part where somebody's asking him a question because he's being really long-winded right now. Somebody's going to ask him a question about what I just read. They're going to ask him, where is it? The thing that I just read was about, where is it? What did I read to you? This right here. So I read this to you where it says that those who already hold a visa are currently are currently outside of the country right now will not be charged to re-enter. So I'm trying to see if you have one now and it still applies or not. I'm trying to clear it up to make sure, because somebody asks him a question and he speaks on it. So I want to double check to make sure. So let's continue. Here we go.
H-1B visas are sometimes used by people, H-1Bs are sometimes used by people already in the country legally. On other visas or student visas, does this apply to them or to renewals, or does it only apply to people applying for the first time from abroad?
Okay, if you didn't hear what he said, does this only apply to people who are renewing, or does it? He said, does this apply to people who are renewing, or does it only apply to people who are first-time H-1B visa holders? So here we go.
Renewals, first times, the company needs to decide, is that person valuable enough to have $100,000 a year payment to the government, or they should head home and they should go hire an American. The whole idea, it's annual, and it's for total. It can be a total of 6 years. So $100,000 a year. So either the person is very valuable to the company and America, or they're going to depart and the company's going to hire an American. And that's the point of immigration. Hire Americans and make sure the people coming in are the top people. Stop the nonsense of letting people just come into this country on these visas that were given away for free. President is crystal clear. Valuable people only for America. Stop the nonsense.
Okay, so he said renewals, people who renew and first time. But what I'm reading here, it says that they now expected a White House announcement about that's autism. What the hell is this? This isn't this. What is this? Where is it? I just had it. What is it? What the hell is this? Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second. Autism. But what, did I change my thing? Where is it? Promise the brain. Who's talking about autism? What the hell my thing go? Venezuela. What is this? Where did my article go? It just straight up went away. What the hell just happened? Yo, they took away my article. What? Okay, they did it live. They took away my article live. What? No way. It's expected Trump's. I think we found the answer to. No way. Okay, we just witnessed that these people literally they changed the article. They changed it. They changed it. There's no way. Hold on, let me check to make sure I'm not tripping. I'll have different tabs open. Nope. This is the tab that I had open, and right here they changed it to. Okay, let me refresh this. Let me just check to see if I'm tripping. Nope. They changed it. They changed it live while I'm on stream. Interesting. Okay, the White House is seen. Okay, we're not looking at that. Okay, so wait, let me see how they changed it. They changed it, updated 123. Yes, it just got updated. There it is. Okay, so let's see if we go down, if this is actually lowered in the thing. Is it lower here, down here somewhere? No, let's go up a little bit. See if we can find it. Imposes. Where is it? Trump's administration appeals. No. I guess it's gone, but I know I had that up here and they literally just took that away. Unless this is from yesterday. Wow, it's gone. It's gone. Okay. Okay, cool. So then, okay. Trump is expected to make an announcement about autism. Okay, well, we're not talking about autism. What we're talking about is what we're talking about. Okay, so then what I just showed you, I read it to you clearly and you saw it, and I can actually pause it on whenever I replay the live stream later on. That's crazy. Okay, I mean, they updated it. I get it. So now I just don't know what's true. Is it this article that's true, or is it this thing that we're watching? Because what he said is renewals and people getting it for the first time. So if you have one and you're renewing it, so what is so I guess every year, I don't know how HB1 works. I don't know how often you renew it. Is it an every year thing or what? That's what I'm confused with. So I don't know. Let's continue. Let them keep going. Here we go.
Remember the country. Yeah,
fee to America.
The country would rather not have to pay $100,000, but and they'd rather. How do you do that? You hire Americans. So there's an incentive to hire American. But there may be instances where it's better off doing it through expertise or whatever it may be. But they're both unbelievable, whether it's a gold card or anything else that we talked about today. And that includes talking about freedom of speech, because our country has been decimated by bad people, very bad people, people that love crime. They love crime. Explain it to me. They don't want to have our military go in and save lives. But when you go and ask the people, do you mind having the National Guard come in if it meant safety? They look at the questioner like, what's wrong? What kind of a stupid question is that? Of course they do. We're going to have a safe country again. We're not going to have people shot, 11 people shot. Think of it. In Chicago, over a period of 6 or 7 weeks, 55 people were murdered. And then you have a governor saying how wonderful it is. It's not wonderful. It's a very unsafe. There's not a place in the world. You go outside, you go to Afghanistan, you go to different places all over the world that you hear about. It's 20% of what's happening in places like Chicago. And you think of them as unsafe. Mexico City, it's a tough place, dangerous place. The crime rate is lower. Think of it. What's happening to our country, we're not going to let it happen. And I think I got elected largely for that reason. So we're going to have a safe country again. We're going to have a great country again. We're doing unbelievably. We have the highest stock market in history. We have the most investment we've ever had, ever.
Okay, so what they clearly said was when they got asked that question, that man made it very, very clear, whoever this guy is standing next to him, he made it very clear about this question that was asked.
Zero helps me.
Oh, God, lady, get out the way. Nobody wants to hear you with your stupid ads. So they made it very clear, renewals and first-time H-1B visas. So if you want a visa, that it's going to cost you $100,000 to come over here on a work visa, not just a little $250 or whatever it was. It jumped to $100,000. But and let's hear him one more time.
We're going to be a rich country again.
H-1Bs are sometimes used by people already in the country.
Here we go.
H-1Bs are sometimes used by people already in the country legally. On other visas or student visas, does this apply to them or to renewals, or does it only apply to people applying for the first time from abroad?
Renewals, first times, the company needs to decide, is that person valuable enough to have $100,000 a year payment to the government, or they should head home and they should go hire an American. The whole idea, it's annual, and it's for total. It can be a total of 6 years.
Okay, so there it is. He said renewal or first time. So yeah, there's that. So HB1 visas, we're going to see how this thing pans out. Here we go. And I'm going to show a couple of content creators that spoke on this as well to see how they feel about it. So here we go. Let's hear this person talk about it. So here she goes.
H-1B applications just went from $250 to $100,000. Big companies like Amazon and Microsoft sent urgent memos to all employees holding H-1B visa that they need to stay in the US or come back to the US before this new fee kicks in on September 21st. I'm Jean, I was a hiring manager at Meta, and here's what this news means for the tech job market. The most obvious one is that hiring international talent just got way more expensive for companies, which means that fewer companies may want to sponsor mid-level or entry-level roles like this. If you're on H-1B or know anyone who's on that visa, here are some tips. Take a screenshot and share with other people who might be affected.
All right, so we have her right here. Now, here's something else I want to bring to the attention. So we got this right here. What is this? Okay, yeah. So we have this right here, and I kind of like this website that I use right here. So we're going to look at this from three different perspectives. You have a center perspective, the left wing perspective, and the right wing perspective. So we're going to read this and see how the Trump adding $100,000 fee to the visas and how people who center-mindedly think about it. So a center-minded person says right here, U.S. President plans to introduce a $100,000 application fee for H-1B worker visas. The new fee will restrict entry under the work visa unless the hefty payment is made, significantly affecting the program. The program has become critical for technology and staffing companies that rely on foreign workers for tech roles. Trump plans to order change to the prevailing wage levels for the H-1B program as a way to limit their use. Now, the left-wing person, this is what a left-wing person would think. The president signed a proclamation to impose a $100,000 annual fee for the H-1B visa application, aimed at reducing their use and enforcing immigration policies. The fee increase is expected to significantly impact the technology sector, particularly small firms relying on skilled foreign workers from countries like India and China. Critics argue the fee will stifle innovation in the U.S. and push talent to countries in India, as stated by whoever this person is. Kant stated that Trump's visa fee would hinder U.S. innovation, pushing research and startups toward Indian cities like whatever these Indian cities are. I don't want to butcher their names. That's what a left-wing person would say. Right-wing person would say, or minded, whatever, it says that this. President signed an executive order that requires employers to pay a $100,000 fee for H-1B visas starting September 21st, 2025, which was yesterday, to combat perceived abuse of the program by companies. The order aims to raise prevailing wages and prioritize highly skilled workers to address wage suppression and protect American jobs and tech industries. I agree. Current trends reveal that the foreign share of the U.S. workforce in computer and math occupations has increased from 17.7% in 2000 to 26.1% in 2019, prompting concerns regarding workforce integrity and economic stability. The executive order is part of a broader strategy to address via abuse that undermines American workers' wages and job opportunities. So the left side said that they argue that this is going to stifle innovation in the United States. So they would rather bring in people. So the left wing people will say this. At least this is what this thing says. It says that the critics argue that the fee will stifle innovation in the United States and push talent to countries like India, okay, as opposed to just training up your people here and providing jobs for your people at where you at. The right-wing people say the current trend of the order aims to raise prevailing wages and prioritize highly skilled workers to address wage depression and protect American jobs in tech industries. And also the current trend does reveal the foreign share of the U.S. workforce in computer and math has increased from 17.7% in 2000 up to 2019 is 26.1%. So that is 2019. We don't know what it is today. It could be 30 by today after the pandemic. So we don't really even know what the actual number is. So that right there tells you a actually good left and right wing argument. And I would say, why do you think that you would stifle innovation in your own country and want to bring other people outside of your country and yet hurt the workers in your country by bringing in other workers from outside your country, unless you were just a traitor in my mind? That's how I look at it. If you're a part of a country, you want to train your people up. If you got to bring somebody else to train your people, so be it. Cool, that's fine. Bring other people in to train your people up to become better. You don't just bring people in and bring the whole country, then they come in and then they realize that they can get in the position, and when you get here, they can put their family on, their cousin on, their sister on, their brother on, their uncle on, their sister on, their mama on, and now you come to a whole different country, and now all of a sudden the country, the company that you work for is completely ran by people in your country in another country. Like, no. I don't agree with that whatsoever. I do agree with, if you need somebody from a different country that's skilled, bring them in to train up your people. That to me makes more sense if you're trying to build up a country, but not the other way around. And man, shout out to him for signing that in. So we're going to see the ripple effect it has in the future. So here we go. Because I mean, just think of any other country. If you were in India or China, and then they had the and Google and Amazon and Meta and all that stuff, or Alphabet, whatever you want to call it, all that stuff was over there in India or China, and then everybody else goes over there, and then starts taking jobs away from people in that country, and your own country starts to sell you out and starts putting jobs in another country's hands. Like, that would piss you off. That just shows you're a traitor to your own land. Like, straight up, there's no other way around it. You can't think of it no other way. And then to say that it's going to stifle innovation in the United States is like, okay, well, if it does stifle innovation, and if it does, then that shows where we need to work on and what we need to get right, as opposed to keeping you here and you screwing up the workers and destroying the country. That doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. So shout out to him for making this role. And we're going to look at one last thing regarding this. Here's a chart. Look at this chart. We have a chart here that shows you the top H-1B visa recipients in 2025, quarter 1 to quarter 3. Amazon, over 14,000 employees. I think it's employees. Is there a legend to tell us anything different? We're going to assume employees. Amazon has over 14,000 employees. Tata Consultancy Services have over 5,000. Microsoft over 5,000. Meta over 5,000. Apple over 4,000. Google over 4,000. Cognizant Technology Solutions over 2,400, JP Morgan over 2,400, Walmart over 2,300, and D. Elliott. Hey, hold up, wait a minute, D. Elliott in a building. All right, D. Elliott. Hey, don't send the bill to the wrong person, though. And I'm probably saying that wrong, but if that's D. Elliott, don't send that bill over here. We don't have anybody like that employed over here. So, but shout out to them, though. Shout out to them. All right. So we see right here, though, they do have this chart, so it shows how many people. So could you imagine? All right, so if you got 14,000 employees, let's just do some quick math with Daniel real quick. Let's do some quick math. Let's do 14,000. I should know this in my head, but I don't feel like doing that math in my head. If he were to keep, let's say Amazon was to keep just 365 and get rid of 14,000. 14,000 times 100,000 is going to be $1.4 billion for his annual fee if he were to keep 14,000 people, bruh. $1.4 billion because he's gonna have to pay that annual fee if he were to only keep 365 and let go of 14,000, or if he were to keep whatever, you get what I'm saying. For 14,000 people, it's $1.4 billion. So 14,000 times 100,000 is 1.4 billion, which I should have known already. And then same thing right here. So let's say they keep 505 and 5,000 goes. So 5,000 times 100,000 is going to be $500 million. So 500 million. So 500 million, 500 million, like ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. So the only thing I could see happening out of this here is this. This would be my thing. I would assume, I could be wrong, I would assume that, let's say they get rid of those people, right? Let's say they were to get rid of all these people and, only keep the top high ones. I think what's going to end up happening is this. The competition for American workers is going to get stiff. And the implementation of AI to do your jobs is going to increase simply because they're going to want the top engineers of the tech sectors to be able to automate the other jobs as far as AI agents go. And you're not going to be able to come in with entry-level skills because they can now probably automate those entry-level skills out the way. And I mean, the competition would be fierce, but I think that the people that they do hire, I don't know if the wages would be the same. I'm not sure. That's the only thing I can't understand. Would the wages be the same, or would American workers have to take a lower wage because, they've already made the money on the back end, so they still want to keep their, their margins high. So will Americans get the jobs but at a lower wage, or will the competition be more fierce and still somewhat keep the same wage? That's the question that I kind of have to think about when it comes to this HB1 visas, because if they want to save face and it's renewals and new people, then that means that when the time comes for renewal, who you finna let go? You know what I mean? Are you gonna keep all those people and pay $100,000, or are you gonna just start laying off like crazy? And if you do Americans have to hold the brunt of that and get paid lower wages to get into these jobs that are open? Or are you only going to hire the top of the top and the competition is going to be fierce? So you're going to have to be on top of your game, years of experience, knowing what to do, no entry-level positions allowed, you know what I mean, for American workers. So there could be like a double-edged sword to that. It's just, it depends, And, it would be nice if they would hire out American workers to go do jobs in their country. But they probably do. I just don't know. I'm just talking on my ass. But with that being said, the next thing we're going to go ahead and take a look at is going to be the data centers. So right here, we have Zuckerberg's largest data center that could bankrupt Louisiana farms, it says. So let's take a look at this video right here and see Meta's new $10 billion data center. Here we go. Let's get it.
I'm standing at the site of Meta's new $10 billion data center in Richland Parish, Louisiana. It'll be the largest data center the company has ever built, about the size of Manhattan. The project is already bringing about big changes to this small town way of life here.
A lot of folks are on their own, and if they are on a very strict budget, they're going to have to adapt, and if they don't, they won't make it.
I don't know that gutting 2,500 acres of land just so we can mine data so that we can better market and sell people stuff, I feel like it's getting carried away.
Why are the data centers coming to the small rural towns? They're coming here to benefit themselves. They're not coming here with intentions on benefiting the community.
Our farmers around here really rely on the water system for irrigating their crops and stuff like that. They deplete the water system, that's going to be a big problem.
In a sense, it feels like, well, yeah, they come take advantage of us poor, dumb, rural folks,
So this data center is going to use about 3 times the energy that New Orleans uses in a year. I'm curious how, if electricity bills go up for people here, how that might impact them.
We're a poor area. It's a huge amount of people that have trouble paying their electric bill currently. There are people who don't own vehicles, they don't have health care. I just think about the people that I know that they won't be able to keep their lights on.
This is a large farming community here in Northeast Louisiana. We're giving
our most valuable resource, which is farmland. I want to know, what is Meta doing to give back to the community?
There's a fear like, well, you know who's going to get what they need. It's going to be the people with the most money and the most power. I've worked a very short time in the oil field, South Texas, and working down there, you would be working in a boom town, but you would drive through a different old boom town that is where the oil used to be, but it isn't no more, and it was just a ghost town. Because all that happens when a place like this comes in is the rich, they just get richer.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I'm
That
standing
is
at the site
probably
of
what's gonna
Meta's
happen.
new
Hold
10
on,
billion.
buddy. Hold on, buddy. It's my show. Calm down. There we go. I had to bring it back. But yes, that's what it sounds like. But the Louisiana farmers, and they're using so much data that it's gonna raise up people's bills exponentially in these areas, which is crazy work. So to see how this is gonna pan out, it's not going to look too good. And that's just Meta's largest data center that's going to be in Louisiana. We're going to take a look at other data centers that are going to be going on across the world, because that's Meta having a data center. We're going to take a look at Amazon having a data center, and Tesla's going to have data centers too, but we're going to look at Amazon right now. And we just saw Meta's. I've done a video already with Tesla's data center. So you're seeing all these different data centers being put up. The question should arise to you, with these data centers being put up, what jobs are going to be readily available for data centers? I shall show you, because I did the work over here on the side. So let me pull it up for you to show you. Let's see right here. And today is September 22nd, 2025. So just to give you a heads up, the day after Trump made the announcement for the H-1B visa. So here we go. Let me put this up on the screen. Data centers. We're about to watch a video on data centers, and we just looked at Louisiana data centers for Meta. So here we go. This is what people should be paying attention to, because everybody's looking at, jobs and stuff. Okay, well then here's some food for thought. Data center requires diverse roles, including data center technicians for hardware installation and maintenance, network engineers to manage connectivity, facility engineers for power and cooling, security analysis for asset protection, data center managers for operations, and various executive leaders to set strategy and ensure compliance. These roles work together to maintain the complex physical and virtual infrastructure that supports modern IT and cloud computing. All right. Let's see. Data engineer designs, implements, and maintains the network infrastructure to ensure reliable connectivity between internal systems and external systems. And then down here, cloud engineer focuses on managing and optimizing cloud-based infrastructures and services that would often run within or connect to data centers. So these jobs are going to be important in the future. Management and leadership roles. These are technical and operator roles. This is going to be management and leadership roles. And then these are going to be your support and security roles. A data center architect is going to be somebody that designs the overall data center infrastructure, making critical decisions on hardware, software, and layout. So a data center engineer architect or data center architect is going to be a good job. Data center security analysis is going to be a good job. So just keep all these in mind as you see these things, because they're going to put them up. They're going to go up. They're going to need them. So you might want to start now, get a little bit ahead of the curve, and already have some kind of expertise in these positions. So, data center architect, any kind of architect, I would say, and a security analysis. All right. So let's go ahead and jump on this video, and let's take a look. Whoops, wrong video. Let's take a look at this video right here. We're going to look at the people who live next to Amazon's largest data center, and they're stealing our water. So let's go ahead and take a look at this video. So here we go.
Cry anymore.
Sure.
I'm just exhausted from it.
Every house requirement that they plot is leveled.
Joy and Jean Van Loo are a fifth-generation farming family in New Carlisle, Indiana, a small town with around 2,000 people in the northwestern part of the state. This is where Amazon is building their largest data center in America.
How's your water situation here?
Tainted. It tastes weird. It's just not the same.
You think it has to do with the data center, the construction?
Well, yeah, they have them two 24-inch pipes pumping water across the street over here. They're dewatering, as they call it, so they can put the foundations in.
They went through this process called dewatering because of Amazon's data center construction, where they were actually removing groundwater that people rely on here for their drinking water. And this pond normally would be full up, but now you can see it's been vastly depleted. The Van Loo family owns over 200 acres, but their new neighbor will consume as much power as 1 million homes, guzzling millions of gallons of water from the Kankakee Aquifer to cool hundreds of thousands of computer chips. It will serve the AI startup Anthropic, which is working to create an AI system that matches the human brain. And Amazon is its largest financial backer.
You don't think you can win?
No, you can't, man. They got better lawyers than we can get hold of, and then the town of Nuclear Isle threw us under the bus.
Still a lot of dewatering going on, even though they've been told they're in violation.
But, like I say, we're a little fish in a big pond.
Little fish in a pond that's been sucked dry by Amazon.
Indiana is experiencing a data center invasion. 30 minutes away, another data center fight is unfolding.
I asked for you to show More Perfect Union's wasteland tonight so that people can see with their eyes.
At this city council meeting in Michigan City, Indiana, resident Eileen Mark is asking city officials to play a More Perfect Union video we made a few months ago about Musk's XAI data center in Memphis.
Now, Renteco went to XAI to see that they had 35 gas turbines operating and polluting our air.
Why isn't this video being shown tonight?
The reason? The developers behind that XAI facility, Phoenix Investors, is now trying to secure a tax break for a new data center in this small Indiana town.
What is going on in Memphis? What Phoenix Investors has done in Memphis with their end user, tenant, Elon Musk. I didn't get even a response from you.
I came here in the middle of a fight between residents and local officials to witness it all play out in real time. The end user, who would control the data center, would also receive a massive tax break. Their identity is a secret.
This vote is about the future of Michigan City. And so we've just been pounding pavement, hitting every door we could.
Have you heard about the data center coming?
Yeah, everybody concerned about it.
To alert residents.
If the data center gets built here, you want to move away?
We would want to move. I'm reading some of the effects with like the diabetes, the lack of sleep, how it can lead to all these different health effects.
And how much are you paying in your electric bills now compared to before?
Diabetes from a data center, bro? That is insane. Wow. That's gonna be, and you know what? Something similar kind of had an effect on, there was a movie that Eddie Murphy did. I think it's called Distinguished Gentleman, where they had the issue with the power lines that were going over, and it was like causing cancer to some people. So this is like on a level of like times 50 or times 100. Go look at that movie and you can kind of see like a small version of it with the power lines and stuff, but then like amp it up to a data center and it kind of give you an idea. But I didn't know about this though.
My electric and gas bill was more than my car payment. I mean, it's insane to me.
Everything is coming down to tonight and whether or not the city is going to put the profit motive, put big tech over people.
The evidence is out there, and residents that live nearby these hyperscale data centers are sharing their stories. You can find them if you care to look.
These are just two of the data center battles taking place in
Look how big that is. So that's Michigan City and Indiana. I don't know what city in Indiana. So we got two data centers in two different places that are being put up, and they're putting them up. There's no ifs, ands, or buts, or maybes. Like, these things are getting put up. You're not stopping it. They're doing it. So there's that. So we have this going on right now for sure. So wow, this is intense.
Indiana.
What we're seeing in Indiana is a lot of data center development, over 30, maybe over 40 in some stage of development throughout our state for a variety of reasons.
Meta, Google, Microsoft, CoreWeave, and QTS, owned by Blackstone.
He said, oh no, that's not good. Oh man. I did a video about Blackstone already. So if they are in cahoots with Blackstone, it's over. It's over. It is a wrap ski. It's a wrap. It's finna happen. They're fighting for no reason. I hate to say it like that. They're fighting for no reason. They're putting up a fight. Yeah. It's gonna go down. Bill with Blackstone, and they're working together with Meta and Amazon and Google and boy, I've already done videos on that. You can go check the thumbnails. Look at those videos I did. Look at the power of Blackstone. Is it Blackstone or BlackRock? Either one of them, they're $1 trillion companies, so it don't matter. One is 1 point something trillion, the other one is like 12.7 trillion. It's still $1 trillion company, so it don't matter. Sheesh. Whew.
Are in the state too. I wanted to know why Indiana became such a hotspot for big tech and how billionaires and the shell corporations they hide behind seem to be winning so big in the Hoosier state.
Number one, we have an incredibly supportive policy at the state level. We have leadership, we have a supermajority, we have regulators who are all very, very supportive of attracting business in the state of Indiana.
Republicans hold 40 out of 50 seats in the state Senate and 70 out of 100 seats in the Indiana House of Representatives, including Senators Eric Koch and Edmund Soliday, who authored a bill allowing utility companies to pass along some of the cost of small modular nuclear reactors to its customers and keep coal plants online, all in support of AI data centers. We reached out to both lawmakers to ask for an on-camera interview, but received no response. But it was another bill, House Bill 1405, introduced in 2019 by Representative Martin Carbo, that laid the groundwork for the data center boom, providing sales and use tax exemptions for equipment purchased to build. And there's another reason why Indiana's towns and cities are feeling pressure to welcome data centers.
They're losing federal funding for certain programs and certain support. They're losing state funding for certain programs and certain support. Some of these local leaders are very concerned about the financial health and well-being of their local communities.
But many residents and community organizers are adamant that data centers are not the answer to their economic woes. Organizers canvassed Michigan city neighborhoods just before the city council was about to meet for a final vote.
There are 9 counselors, so we are trying to play the numbers game and work as hard as we can, even within these final hours. This community has long suffered the impacts of coal pollution, of being able to endure a century of this coal plant in their backyard.
Ashley Williams lives in Michigan City and runs a grassroots organization focused on a transition from fossil fuels to renewable energy. Long before she found out about the secretive data center project this summer, she's been fighting to shut down the coal-fired power plant owned by the monopoly electric utility company called NIPSCO, which she fears could end up staying open to support data center energy demand.
We just really don't know whether or not the coal plant will ultimately come down, or if it does, it's just going to be a reinvention of a different injustice at that site or across our community.
And the energy monopoly is in the midst of an effort to create a spin-off sister company called GenCo to put all data center load growth under a new separate company.
As we covered before, you are president of both NIPSCO and GenCo, as well as CEO, correct? And COO.
That's correct.
Were you involved in the decision to create GenCo?
I was.
But consumer advocates warn GenCo is just a way to have an unregulated cash cow energy company with no plans for cost control, cost allocation, or guarantees for how it will ultimately impact residential customers. NIPSCO.
I don't think they're concerned about the impact on residential customers. They're concerned about their bottom line and the money that they're going to make, and the agenda that they have going forth in the future. It's going to happen. That's what they're going to do. I mean, you're worried about the water. They're just going to tax the water. You're worried about the electric bill. Remember, I showed you Blackstone and BlackRock. They buy up huge, you know, like communities. They buy up huge communities as segments of communities. You know what I mean? They buy a ton of, like, they buy towns or whatever of communities. And what they do is they turn around and they start charging people more for their property tax, for their, water, for the electricity. They up their bills. Then they turn around and sell it to, their private equity buddies. And then they also will trim the fat and cut the people, fire some of the people to increase their ROI. The Big Short actually kind of described this in a different manner. It was actually described in a different manner in the movie The Big Short. So, seeing this, they're going to do it. These data centers are going to be like a new world that's being built. And if you can live outside on the old world on whatever land that they have left over that they can't get a hold of or build on, you can do that. But they're building a new world. They're doing it, and ain't nothing you can do to stop it unless you fight them. That's it. And I mean physically, like fight them. Like straight. So they're going to do this. It's going to happen. All the pieces and all the dots that I've connected over the live streams I've done, they're all being put together. And you're seeing it happen piece by piece by piece by piece. They're doing it. They're doing it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Whoever gets rolled over is going to get rolled over. I mean, the whole attitude behind this is simply one way to sum it up. Where can I sum it up for you? This is the attitude they have behind it. This is it.
FYM. Fuck y'all motherfuckers,
It is what it is. They're going this way. You either roll with it or get rolled over. They don't care about life. Casualties award is what it is.
Said that they do not intend to raise rates. Can ratepayers trust that with a deal like this, their rates aren't going to go up?
Absolutely not. No, you'll always hear when these proposals are presented to the public, don't worry, they'll pay their fair share. It's very easy for a utility CEO or utility representative to say, trust us, nothing to see here. Your bills aren't going up.
People choose to look to the actual people living near them and stop just trusting like the developers and the big corporations coming in here. You could actually go talk to the people living there.
You better not come here and pollute our children, our homeowners, stomp all over our small businesses and think that there won't be backlash. Even if they vote this through tonight, it's just the beginning of a fight, and people are not going to stop here.
I'm standing inside the city hall in Michigan.
I mean, they'll stop when they find a way to shut that water off. They'll stop then. You're talking about putting up a fight, but they're gonna play dirty. They'll shut your water off. They'll pollute something. They'll buy your town and turn around and just upcharge you. I mean, it's not a battle you're gonna win. I understand the fight.
City, Indiana right now, and you can see that so many people have come out here for this vote tonight that they've actually had to put chairs outside of the City Hall Council chamber room because of the overflow. People are signing up to be able to speak about their feelings on this project, whether they're for or against it, and we're going to find out tonight whether this project is going to get those tax breaks or not.
And if you pass this resolution, I can promise you afterwards, it's that private equity that will tell you what it is you're allowed to vote on. They want to own all of us through you, and the decision as to whether or not they're going to be able to do that happens here, it happens now, it happens with you.
They not even looking at him. Not even looking at him. They already know what's gonna happen. They not even looking at him.
Love of
maybe he glanced at him.
God, do your duty.
The time for voting finally came.
May I entertain a motion for approval?
Dr. Cora.
Aye.
Mr. Beatrice.
Aye.
And Mr. Coulter.
Aye.
We have 7 in favor and 2 opposed.
And this resolution has passed.
In a 7-2 decision, the City Council voted to grant the data center tax abatements for the next 10 years in exchange for 30 full-time jobs.
They got it. They got it. I mean, and to be honest, if you think about it, you probably didn't even see that, did you? Crap, I didn't have that on there. I had me on there. Here, I'll go back just so you can see it. You don't have to see it. You heard it. Just people talking. But basically, I'm pretty sure all these people got a kickback in their pockets because you can clearly see they well fed. They got a kickback all in their pockets, so they know what decisions they're gonna do. They're probably all paid, it is what it is. But let's continue.
Some $26 million in economic development incentives over the next 40 years. Another big win for tech companies who seem to be getting their way in Indiana.
We were not shocked by the sort of lure of the money and the millions of dollars and the predatory tactics that this company has pulled on our community and has pulled on the council. Just the fact that they gave in so quickly is really disheartening. And one of the council members,
I mean, they probably paid them. Just to be quite honest, they probably paid them. You know what I mean? It was like, here, for your vote, take this meal. Meal ain't nothing. Take this meal. For your vote, you take this meal. You get $1 million a vote, whichever way they want you to. So you're fighting, but they're probably in these people's pockets.
just said, we just gave away all the leverage. So now we have no leverage with a bad deal, like a terrible financial deal they accepted at the risk of all of us.
20 miles away, back where we began our journey in New Carlisle, Amazon has said that its data center project will be a case study and will use lessons learned here from this multi-year project to improve as they build data centers elsewhere. But this is little comfort to the residents who live here, losing their way of life and paying the biggest price.
We would have moved already if we could have afforded to. We don't have that much in our savings account, you know? We're little farmers.
It's all about money. Everything is all about money. This is all this is about. They are pricing people out of existence, and they're building their new world. And these data centers are going to build a new world, a new infrastructure, a new world of currency, a new world of just a new world of everything. These electric cars are probably going to be ran off of data centers. The currency is going to be ran off of data centers. I mean, everything. The drones that are delivering your Amazon packages is going to be ran off of data centers. These humanoid robots that are being put out are going to be ran. Everything's going to be ran off these data centers for sure.
So where are we heading, Gene?
You can go straight.
So this is all your farm?
Yeah. Slow down on the other side of the trees there. We'll drive through the field. This is our hay field here.
That's Amazon.
That whole thing's Amazon, yeah.
Wow, so this pond was full of water, and then they started a dewatering process?
Yes. If you look and see the gravel there, and you can see where the grass is, that's how high the water used to be. And it's considerably lower now than normal. Say right here in the middle, there was a sandbar in there, and you could walk across from one side to the other and just hardly touch any water at all.
However, there is a path forward. Just like in communities I've reported in around the country, residents across Indiana are coming together in solidarity in their shared fight against big tech.
We're seeing folks coming together in local communities, pushing back. Nobody wants these data centers in their community. You know, the MAGA crowd and Bernie bros coming together, if you will, all across the state in pushing back. Folks on varied political spectrums finally realizing that they've been duped by this system for a very long time.
Before you go, please support our work by liking this video and
Hey, that was actually a good point that he made. Shout out to him for making that point. Both sides are saying that they're pushing for a system because these data centers are a new system. But shout out to them for making this video. I just want to put that out there for people to see, like, hey man, this is what's going on. This is what's happening. This is some real deal stuff. This stuff ain't no joke. These people ain't playing, you know, and hopefully, you know, you pay attention to see exactly what is going on, because these data centers are going to change life as we know it. It's going to alter the world that we live in. To use that much electricity and to use that much water, you know what I mean? Like, that is one of our biggest resources, and they're using the water in these towns, in these rural towns. You know what I mean? They're driving you out of rural countries and pushing you into cities. Do you understand that? Like, that's what they're doing. And if you don't push to the city, then it's like, hopefully you can find some land out somewhere and live it out on your own. And then this is just America. Are they building data centers globally across the world? Like, are they making these data centers across the globe is the question, because this is just America. That's the question. Where are the other data centers globally? And if they make these data centers globally, to me, these data centers will be the implementation of the modern, these data centers will be like the modern day pyramids. You know what I mean? Because, you know, pyramids had like an irrigation system built underneath them. But these data centers are taken away. You know, the pyramids had something to do with electricity, how they connected to each other electricity wise across the globe. You know, they all had some kind of way to how they connected via electricity across the globe. These data centers are just a modern way, in my opinion, of doing that. That's how I see it. But, you know, you live and you learn, and hopefully, you know, people can see it for what it is. You know, hopefully people can see it for what it is. But yeah. Shout out to them for making that video, man. We're going to move on over to the last segment of the show. Yes, we are. And let's go ahead and get up in here and get our sexy AI lady to introduce it to us. Come on in here, girl.
Welcome to the AI segment of the show. Enjoy.
All right, so we are now in the AI, the last segment of the show where we have got to get on and see exactly what is going on. Let me change that banner real quick. Where's the bam, 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 bam? There we go. Banner's changed. So we're in the AI segment of the show. We're going to take a look at some future inventions or whatever, things to come in the future of AI, as well as looking at an AI minister that is going to basically happen to the people who chooses to allow an AI minister to rule over them. It's like the Bible didn't tell you enough what happens whenever you let stuff rule over you, huh? So with that being said, we're going to dive in and take a look at this first video. So this first video is basically going to look into, what is this? AI breaks the rules and challenges NVIDIA, allegedly. I highly doubt that. But this is an AI video. But in this AI video, it does have a few inventions that I do want to kind of go over and take a look at to show you how the future of AI is going to basically be happening and implemented and what's going on in the future of AI. And it has some really good inventions that are going to be brought to the forefront. So let's go ahead and take a look at this video right here. Let me change that banner. And we're going to see exactly some of the inventions that we have moving forward with AI. So let's go ahead and take a look as we look at this AI girl. Ava, talk to us.
Little oxygen addicts. If you miss this episode, you're going to be a single update. The singularity isn't coming, people. It's doing the cha-cha right in front of us. Let's start with something that sounds like pure science fiction, but is sitting in labs right now.
All right, so here we go. So we got the first invention that we're going to talk about. And basically, you've probably seen this one out of a Black Mirror episode. Crazy, but you know, it's coming. Even though this is AI video, you have to understand that this stuff is coming and it's going to be here soon. And when them data centers get put up and they start running, this stuff is going to run flawlessly and smoothly.
Alter Ego's so-called telepathic wearable. And before you start panicking about mind-reading overlords, let me set the record straight. This isn't actually reading your thoughts. Here's what's actually happening, and it's honestly more impressive than telepathy. Boston startup Alter Ego, spun off from MIT Media Lab by researcher Arnav Kapoor, has created this incredible headset that detects the tiny muscle movements in your jaw and throat when you intend to speak.
We all have moments when inspiration strikes and you want to save an idea before it slips away. You can now capture those instantly without lifting a finger. For example, just going to see if that synced. Oh yeah, awesome. Alter Ego has tiny cameras built in and can make sense of the world around me from my perspective. Here, I have a postcard.
Why do you think it's cool? My opinion, why do you think it's cool to allow a technological device to track your thoughts? At some point, bruh, like, do you want any privacy whatsoever? Like, he thinks he's cool, but it's like, you know, I mean, well, I can't say he thinks he's cool because he probably knows what side of the fence he plays on. And, you know, if he represent that team, then he's doing what he's supposed to do.
And when I find something interesting, I can point to specific parts and ask questions about what I'm seeing.
That's Europa, who represents Europe shaking hands with America to celebrate the first transatlantic telegraph cable.
That's cool. This is where it gets really interesting. Alter Ego works with your other devices, but it also works with other people wearing an Alter Ego. It feels almost telepathic.
Where do you want to get lunch after this? Thai food could be good.
It doesn't matter where Arnav and I are. It could be a noisy environment or a quiet office. Having a direct conversation is possible without saying a word. The signals Alter Ego detects aren't affected by environmental noise. So even if you're walking past a wind tunnel or a construction zone, what you want to say will always get across.
Now you see how they have these in their head and they're wired. My assumption, my belief system, these data centers are gonna make these things like, portable. Like you'll be able to walk around because, the data centers are going to be so strong that you're going to be able to just walk around and, use these things without even needing a wire. You could just have these in your head and communicate. Like the whole world is going to be futuristic when these data centers get implemented. This is what I think. This is my opinion, because right now things are wired because of the limited resources we have as far as data centers go. We don't have any, but once they get put in, it's going to change the world exponentially.
It's like having infinite noise cancellation.
For all of human history, we've built tools to extend our abilities, but we never perfected the tool and the interface to extend the human mind. Alter Ego gives us that, a way to communicate at the speed of thought. We believe this is the beginning of that future, where technology is no longer an external box we carry, but a natural extension of who we are.
The device responds through bone conduction audio, so you hear replies without blocking your normal hearing. Now, here's where this gets really interesting for society. We're not just talking about cool tech demos here. This could be absolutely transformative for people with ALS, multiple sclerosis, or other conditions that affect speech.
And of course, yes, handicapped people, if I was handicapped like them, I would for sure use this hands down. Like this would be a no-brainer. Why would you not use this? But let's speed up a little bit and let's go to the next thing that they're talking about.
Between thought and digital action could virtually disappear. All right, my movie-loving meat machines. Buckle up, because Hollywood just got its first real glimpse of the future. And it's complicated. OpenAI is backing Critters, a full-length animated feature that aims to prove AI can make movies faster and cheaper than traditional Hollywood. We're talking about a $30 million budget and a 9-month timeline, compared to typical animated films requiring $200 million and 3 years.
Oh, wait a minute. A $30 million budget in a 9-month timeline versus $200 million in 3 years. That is a huge return on investment and time, and save a hell of an amount of time. And it would only get faster, especially when the data centers get put up.
Here's what's fascinating from an economic perspective. If this works, we're not just talking about making movies cheaper. We're talking about democratizing film production entirely. Suddenly, independent creators with great stories but small budgets could compete with major studios. That's potentially revolutionary for creative expression. But, and this is a big but, this also represents an existential threat to thousands of animation jobs. The traditional animated film crew involves hundreds of artists, animators, and technicians. Critters is being made by about 30 people. The math is stark. From a creative standpoint, I'm genuinely curious about the result. AI excels at generating visually stunning content, but can it capture the emotional nuance, the subtle character development, the narrative pacing that makes films truly memorable? The writers are human, the voice actors are human, but the visual storytelling, the heart of animation, is largely algorithmic. The broader implications extend far beyond entertainment. If AI can successfully create feature-length content that audiences accept and enjoy, every industry that relies on visual storytelling, advertising, education, corporate training, social media will be transformed. We're potentially looking at a future where creating high-quality video content becomes as accessible as writing a blog post. Hollywood is watching this experiment very closely, and honestly, so should anyone in a creative field. The success or failure of Critters won't just determine OpenAI's entertainment ambitions. It'll set precedent for how society accepts AI-generated creative content. Okay, prepare yourselves for something that sounds like it came from a cyberpunk novel, but is actually happening right now in Albania.
All right, so here we go. So here's the thing that I want to talk about. I want to go ahead and there's a different video that we have for this. She's going to speak on it, but I'm going to go to a different video that's basically going to speak on this Albanian what is it, minister that these people are trying to pedestalize. So bruh, Albanian minister. I mean, if life couldn't get any more crazy, we're gonna check out and see what the next one she's gonna preach on or talk about is this Albanian minister. But I found a video that just talks strictly about that one thing, so I want to put this video up to exactly dive deeper into this one topic. So I got the video up ready to go, and let's see what an Albanian AI minister looks like. Here we go. For world's first AI minister, here we go.
Whole. It is a pen about artificial intelligence. It is swallowing many jobs whole. It is upending industries the world over, and now it is even entering the corridors of power. I'm talking about Albania. They have appointed an AI minister, and no, this is not a minister for artificial intelligence. In a world first, this is a cabinet minister that is literally an AI bot. So how does this work? What is the purpose of the so-called AI minister, and is this a legitimate role? Also, are there other countries trying to join this club? Here's a report.
For most government leaders, being called inhuman or heartless is definitely a jibe. But in the case of Albania, it could just be a fact. Because in a world first, this Balkan nation has just appointed an AI minister.
I am not here to replace people, but to assist them. Truly, I do not have citizenship, nor do I have any personal ambition or interests. I only have data, a thirst for knowledge, and algorithms dedicated to serving citizens impartially, transparently, and tirelessly.
In the avatar of a woman, dressed in traditional Albanian clothing, this virtual minister is made of pixels and code. It is powered by artificial intelligence, and its name is DnL&x, meaning sunshine in Albanian. The bot will be responsible for all public procurement, meaning it will evaluate tenders and have the right to, apparently, hire talents here from all over the world. This is what the Albanian Prime Minister Edi Rama said, while introducing the new member of his cabinet. Of course, the move is more symbolic than official, because only citizens aged at least 18 can be ministers in Albania. Even so, the Prime Minister seems proud of the move.
Albania is the only country in the region that is using artificial intelligence with great success. Introducing artificial intelligence in the service of good governance, anti-corruption, and accelerated socio-economic progress will be an unwavering priority of the country.
But Albania is not the only one. A fringe political party in Japan, called A Path to Rebirth, wants to install a chatbot penguin as its AI leader. Last year, Ukraine presented an AI-generated spokesperson called Victoria, who makes official statements on behalf of its foreign ministry.
My name is Victoria Shi. I am a digital person, meaning the text you hear has not been read by a real person. Artificial intelligence did it.
Last year, a mayoral candidate in the US put his AI chatbot on the ballot. The model ran on ChatGPT, so its owner OpenAI cut his access to the software while officials issued a reminder that an AI bot is not a qualified elector. But why are people suddenly obsessed with bringing AI into politics?
Isn't this precisely the spirit of constitutional democracy? Exercising power in the service of everyone, free from bias, discrimination, client bias, nepotism, or corruption.
At least, that's what many believe. The advantages are obvious. Resourcefulness, the ability to communicate with the public at any time of day, efficiency, accountability, no fear of corruption, and apparently, according to research, even better debating skills. With AI, there would be no scandals, no bad outfit days, and the only way they would be power hungry is when they would consume too much electricity.
There you go. You see that data center, that mini data center right there? There it is.
The way they would be power hungry is when they would consume too much electricity. But the risks are high too. If AI systems are assisting political decisions, will they adhere to different values, different mindsets? Will they disagree with their human moderators? And if they cannot really hold positions because they aren't human, then what's the point? We live in a world where fake AI calls impersonate world leaders, where AI is used to spread misinformation and abuse, where AI develops rapidly as the governments scramble to nation and
Thai Prime Minister says she was nearly tricked by scam caller posing as another world leader January 18, 2025. Bruh, she almost got scammed. Like, come on.
and abuse, where AI develops rapidly as the governments scramble to regulate it. So is the world really ready for AI leaders? Not really. But it seems, whether we like it or not, AI is coming for all jobs, even those of our ministers.
So once they get into once they get into politics, yeah, they basically gonna run that dictatorship. I mean, that's where we're headed at some point, you know what I mean? Like, iRobot didn't tell us enough, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, that they've already ran tests and proven that AI will manipulate. It will manipulate. We've already seen OpenAI manipulate. We've already seen, like, different tests that they've had that shows that, hey, the AI will manipulate to get what it wants. It is what it is. But yet they want to keep fighting it. And to put a AI as a minister, that right there shows you that the game is basically over, because once data centers, if you've already had who was she, a Thai politician? Where is she? The Thai Prime Minister. The Thai Prime Minister almost got scammed by a caller pretending like another world leader. It's already going after prime ministers and, you know, governmental entities. It's heading in that direction already. It's already up there. You know what I mean? The best thing you can do is know how to defend yourself from it at the end of the day. That's just how that works. Yeah. But hopefully they get a grip on things, but they're not. We're at the point of no return. Pandora's box has been open. All you can do is get extremely rich and try to find a way to live your life outside of the government system. But then again, these data centers are going to be so freaking powerful. Hopefully they're not just sucking all the resources out your land. So you got to find a way to, you know, live somewhere where this stuff doesn't hinder you. And you got to live off the fat of the land. Otherwise, live modestly in this governmental system, but then when they start tracking everything digitally and basically being able to hear your thoughts and your every move, and you don't drive no more, cars drive you, and they take away your means for ambition and motivation and drive and your whole purpose to live, there's only one thing to do at that point. Because then at that point, is the AI trying to enslave humans? And if AI enslaves humans, what are they going to do with the humans? Now, I don't know. Just food for thought. This is something that I think about all the time. I always look at this stuff and I cover these topics and I have to pay attention to what's going on just to see how things are rolling. And when you look at the big picture of things, the grand scheme of things, and see how things are moving and you connect the dots, it's not really hard to see where we're headed. It's not really hard to see what's going on. And then when you look at what other people are paying attention to, they ain't looking at this shit. They not. By the time they look up and realize that you are already going, it's gonna be like this. By the time people look up and realize what's going on, the data center is gonna be affecting where they live, and they won't be able to fight back because they were too busy fighting each other. The same way I spoke to you about the left wing and the right wing, where they're birds of the same feather. You know, the feathers are on the same bird. The left wing or right wing on the same bird. The bird is headed to an agenda, but in the meantime, the left wing and the right wing are fighting over whatever they're fighting over. They're fighting over this decision, that decision. They're fighting over this, they're fighting over that. But the bird, the body of the bird is still going to where it needs to land. And when it gets to its destination, you already know what's going to happen. That bird going to turn his head around like the Exorcist and look at both of them on their wings and say,
"Prepare the meat, so don't."
And that's going to be it. But that's just my humble experience. Don't mind me. I'm just a guy on YouTube doing live streams. But anyway, that's it for today's show. Hopefully you got some insight for today. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself, man. Because I sure did. I had fun giving you this information and this knowledge for you to be able to get some insight on what's going on in the world or what's going to happen in the future. I got to get up out of here, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. We'll catch y'all tomorrow on another daily live stream fitness show. And with that being said, enjoy the sexy Latina up out the dough. Love you. Peace.
Follow D. Elliott Fitness for the kind of workouts you'll never forget.
I'd rather be in the studio than in jail or on the street. Talking the wrong, coming off your teeth. Got that one hit to quit and knock you off your feet. It's big on, baby, I'm obsolete. Pockets chunky like cottage cheese. Real nigga, I just gotta be. Smoking weed that don't gotta see. Used to be a hustler prodigy. I love when people say they cry to me. I'm eating good, smoking broccoli. Taking over blocks like Monopoly. Only fuck the ones, that's my policy. Most of these hoes trying to cause a scene. Like niggas mad they not on the team. See, I got bread, then buy the dream. The game on like, and I got the keys like Jay. My fame won't stop, no, the only thing I'm chasing. The game on like, and I got the keys like Jay. Can't wait no nigga in the house. In the booth, playing beats. The game on like, and I got the keys like Jay. My fame won't stop, no, the only thing I'm chasing. The game on like, and I got the keys like Jay. Can't wait no nigga in the house. In the booth, playing beats. Counting cash and smoking green, can me blow a cloud like a smoke machine. The bitch on my dick, she got no conceit. Bumblebee ass, yeah, I know it's thing. I plug your bitch like a 6-string. Jordan with the bitches got 6 rings. Smoke till my bitch a split screen. The press with pain pills and sipping lane. Riding dirty, but I'm extra clean. Lyrics nice, but I'm extra mean. All-star heavyweight like Wolverine. The bitch learns like she open me. I flip money like Clover G. Gang hustle like TIP. It's hard baby like D.I.G. Acronym like K-R-I-T. The game on like, and I got the keys like Jay-Z. My fame won't stop, but the only thing I'm chasing. The game on like, and I got the keys like Jay-Z. Don't wait no nigga in the house to text. In the booth, playing beats. The game on like, and I got the keys like Jay-Z. My fame won't stop, but the only thing I'm chasing. The game on like, and I got the keys like Jay-Z. Don't wait no nigga in the house to text. In the booth, playing beats. In the beats like RP, no hard shit with your artery. Cutting up, who's sharp as me? Rolling up accordingly. Pulling hoes, no sorcery. Rapping like y'all forcing me. If I ain't riding, then it's forgery. Nigga selling to the rock like a Florida beat. Lyrical monster on the Lord of Beats. Text nigga, my bitch Georgia Peach. Pimp tight nigga, I do more than cheat. Cold like D-Wade, I go to heat. Bitch, I'm on way, hit the short for reach. Money jumping like the nigga on the sneeze. Come to bad James, get me on the beat. Bitch, I'm always winning like what's the beat? The game on like, and I got the keys like Jay-Z. My